Hello guys, today we want to take a look at Packet Tracer 355 CCNA version 7 and configure DTP dynamic trunking protocol. Addressing table and topology and objectives are configure static route trunking and configure and verify DTP. You can also read background and scenario here. First, in part 1, we should verify VLAN configuration. As you know, VLAN is a subnet work which can group together collections of devices on separate physical local area networks. Yes, you should go to switch 1 and write show VLAN brief. You can see we have 7 VLAN here. Five of them is our default and 2 managed by native. It has already been created. And also about switch 1 and switch 2, we should repeat this one and check first enable mode, and after that show VLAN brief and check how many VLAN that we have. Also is the same for switch 2 and same for switch 3. We should check it how many VLAN that we have. Yes, on switch 2 create additional VLANs, and also switch 3. Switch 2, we should go here and in configure terminal, or yes, we should write and we should create VLAN 10, and name should be red. Name should be red. Yes, we should rename it. Yes. Also for VLAN 3, same, configure terminal and create VLAN 10 and rename it with red name. Create also VLAN 20 and 30 according to the table below. Only on S2 and S3 we should do that. Okay. We should do that for VLAN 20, and name should be blue, and VLAN 30 and name should be yellow. Is also for S and switch 2, name blue, and also for VLAN 30 it should be name yellow, and it's same for switch 1, because all of the switch in this network and in other networks should have same VLANs. It's very important. In this situation, we should configure terminal and VLAN 10, name should be red. VLAN 20, name should be blue, and VLAN 30, create VLAN 30 and name should be yellow. Yes. And what about next step? Verify the addition of the new VLANs. Enter show VLAN brief at the privilege exec mode. In addition to the VLANs, which VLAN are configured on switch 1 and also for switch 3. You should go here and write to show, but order is here. We should come back to exec mode, privilege mode, and you should write here show VLAN brief, and you can see we have created them. And for switch 3 same, but you can also have option to write here do show VLAN brief. It's the same. and you can see also VLANs here, and also for switch 1 is the same. Okay, and yes, assign VLANs to ports for switch 1 and for switch 2 and switch 3, and use switch port switch mode access. We know about that. We should go to switch 2 and write here conf t, and it should be, yes, it should be interface range fast Ethernet 01 to 8, and it should be switch port mode access, because only one VLAN should cross over this in this interface and this port, and switch port access VLAN 10, yes, and do WR here for this one, and also we have another one. Yes, we have also switch port 9 to 16, and switch port mode access. Also, it should be access mode, and it will be assigned to VLAN 20, and also this one should be, this mode should be 17 to 24, should be access mode also, and also this one should be 30. We should explain for you, because only one VLAN should cross from PC1 to switch 2, and also here, and also here. Yes, and is the same. In this situation, we need to have access mode. Yes, and again, do WR. What about VLAN switch 3? Switch 3 also is same. Conf t, we have conf t, we should write here, and interface range fast Ethernet 01 to 8, yes. Switch port mode access, yes, and switch port access VLAN 10, yes. And what about 9 to 16? This is access, and this is 20. And what about 17 to 24, and access mode, and also it should assign to VLAN, excuse me, so it should be a no command, and right here 30. Okay, do WR, yes, to right hand, yes. Also you can see also here, okay, beautiful. Assign VLAN to ports on switch 3 using the assignment from the table above. We have done it. And now that we have the ports assigned to VLAN, try to ping from PC1 to PC6. What is the PC1 and PC6 here? And you can also, this one, PC1 to PC6. This is PC1, and also this is PC6. We should copy this IP address and go to PC1, command prompt, and like right here. Yes, we cannot ping it because only we have access mode between PC1, PC2, PC3 to switch 2, and also is the same here, but we don't have any trunking mode between switch 1 and switch 2 and switch 1 and switch 3, because if, for example, this interface and this interface should cross a lot of VLANs, more than one VLAN, it should be trunking mode, and it's very important. Yes, you can see here, was the ping successful? Say not, this is not successful. And also you can, yes, here. Yes, we cannot ping each other. Also, they are at the same VLAN and the same network, but ping cannot ping each other because we need to have trunking mode. Okay, and also you can you know about trunk port can carry different VLAN tags between two devices or on the same physical link. Configure trunks on switch 1 and switch 2 and switch 3. Dynamic trunking protocol. Okay, what is dynamic trunking protocol? This is a trunking protocol which used to automatically negotiate trunks between Cisco switches. Trunk negotiations are managed by DTP only if the port is directly connected to each other. And also you can see DTP manage the trunk lines between Cisco switches. Currently all the switch ports are in the default trunking mode, which is dynamic auto. In this step, you will change the trunking mode to dynamic desirable for the link between switch 1 and switch 2. The link between switch 1 and switch 3 will be set as static trunk. Use VLAN also 999 as the native VLAN in this topology. Okay, we should go to switch 1, and also you can see because this is there are the four port modes in between two switch between for any interface: dynamic auto, dynamic desirable, trunk, and access. And for example, in dynamic desirable and dynamic auto, this is the negotiated trunking. Yes, and you can also read about that. On switch 1, configure the trunk link to dynamic desirable. Dynamic desirable, it means, for example, on the gigabit 01 interface, the configure of switch 1 is shown below. Okay, we should go here, and what happened? What will happen in this situation? We should go here, exit, and interface G01, and you can write here switch port mode dynamic. Excuse me, dynamic desirable. Yes, you can see it will be up. Yeah, immediately. If, for example, this port will be dynamic desirable, and G01 in switch 2 look at this port and copy this situation for itself. In other words, if this is trunk, it will be also trunk. If it's access, it will be also access. Yes, it's the same. Yes. Yes. What will be the result of trunk negotiation between switch 1 and switch 2? You can see here in switch 1, if you write here to show trunk, to show interface trunk, interface trunk, you can see this is G01. We have configured with trunking, and native VLAN is 1. Okay, but we don't have done anything about this switch 2. If we write here trunk, you can see it's the same trunking for G01 because it was dynamic desirable here. Okay, this is a copy this situation from switch 1 port. And what about on switch 2? We have verified that trunking it has already been created, which is mode and the status for this port. We have seen it. This is trunking. Yes. For a trunk link between S1 and S3, configure interface gigabit 02 and static trunk link on S1. Okay, we should go here and conf T and write exit here, and after that interface G02, and it should be switch port trunk. You can see some options we have here. Switch port mode trunk, excuse me, switch port mode trunk. Yes, and after that it will be up, but switch port no negotiate. Yes, switch port no negotiate, and okay. We disabled DTP negotiation on G02. There is no negotiation between switch 1 and switch 3. Yes, here we have disabled it. Show DTP. Do show DTP here. You can see sending DTP hello packet every 30 seconds. Dynamic trunk time is out is 300 seconds. One interface using DTP. Okay, we should fast forward, and it will be 30. Enable show again. Yes, and it's same. Verify trunking is enabled on all switches using the show interface trunk. Okay, we should write here show interface trunk, and you can see port mode encapsulation status, native VLAN G01, and same for G01 and G02, and same. Yes, it works. What about what happened here? What is the native VLAN for this currently? This is native VLAN 0. Excuse me, 1. Yeah, this is default. By default, this is same. Yes. And what about here? This is okay. And also configure VLAN 999 as a native VLAN for trunk links on switch 1. Okay, in switch 1 we should go here, and both of them configure terminal conf t interface range G01 and 2. Both of them should be should have same VLAN, and you can see this command. We can copy this command here to save the time, and at the same time, yes, you can see here. Yes, we have also. What message did you receive on switch 1? This is the message. Switch port receive BPDU bits inconsistent peer VLAN ID 1 and G01, and also it should be VLAN 999. Yes, and native VLAN mismatch, because native VLAN mismatch, it means you have other native VLAN in other switches like switch 2, switch 3. All of the switch in the same network should have same native VLAN. It's rule. It's very important. Okay, to correct the native VLAN mismatch, you should configure VLAN 999 as the native VLAN on switch 2 and switch 3. We should do that. Okay, on switch 2 and switch 3, configure VLAN 999. Okay, we should go here and enable mode and conf t, and right here interface G01 connected to connected to the switch 1. Switch port trunk native Vlan. It doesn't need to write commands. Yes, here, and you can write, for example, TRNA for native and something like that. Okay, and do WR. This is like a habit for me. Yes, and also here mismatch. To remove mismatch, you should write. You should kind of you should here write interface G02 connected to switch 1 and switch port trunk native VLAN 9099 and do WR to write here, and you can see. Okay. Verify trunking successfully. Configure on all the switch. Yes, you should be able to ping one switch from another switch in the topology using the IP address configure on SVI. Attempt ping from PC1 to PC6. Also, we should check here and show interface trunk here. You don't have any trunk here, and you should write conf t and right here. Yes, because in the switch 3, we should also configure trunking mode on the conf t and interface G02 and switch port mode trunk, and it will be up. Okay. Yes, and now you can see to show interface trunking. You can see we have trunking here, and native VLAN is same. And what about here? You can see to show interface trunk. It's a same native VLAN. Also, we have trunking here, and it works for us because we have this dynamic decider. But in switch 3, we should enable trunking. Yes. Verify trunking is successfully. Okay. Attempt to ping PC6 here. We should come back to PC1 and in command prompt we should here. Okay. Okay, immediately we can ping PC1, PC6, and also, for example, we can also ping other. Why was the ping successful? Look at show VLAN brief output from all 3 switches. Compare the output from the because before this situation, I have already configured trunking mode. You can see before right here G01 G02 switch mode switch port mode trunk, we could not ping for example PC1 cannot ping PC6, but after enable trunking mode under G02 they can ping each other, and before that there was nothing trunking here. You can see show interface trunk, and you cannot see any trunk here. After we enable trunk, we can also ping PC1 can, for example, ping PC6, and also, for example, PC. This is PC5 also can. We can ping, for example, here PC5 from PC2. Yes, and same, because there's and same network. It's very, very important. It's rule between switch 1 and switch 3 and switch 1 and switch 2. All of the interface should be trunk. Okay. Correct the configuration. Okay. reconfigure trunk on switch 3. We have did it. What is the mode and encapsulation on G02? Configure G02 to match on S1. We have done it. What is the mode encapsulation? Issue the command show interface G02. Okay, do show interface G02 switch port. Oh, you can see a lot of information here. First, this is enable switch port. This is trunk mode. You can see trunk mode and encapsulation .1Q for both of them, and for them, and also native VLAN 999. A lot of information you can and detail you can see here for G02, and with this command show interface G02 switch port. What is the negotiation of trunking state displayed? Negotiation, you can see here negotiation of trunking on. Okay, now is on. Before that, this command, if you remember, we had written there no negotiate. Okay. And we have also ping from PC1 to 6, PC2 to 5, and also PC3 to PC4. For example, here also you can see PC. This is they are same network, and also from PC. Yes, it's same network. We can check and control it. And you can see here, and they can ping each other, and all of the ping is now on the place. Okay, thank you for watching, and please subscribe me. Hi.